What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, let's get to it. D Wade, aka She Wade. Now, y'all gonna wonder why I never talked about this or spoke on this subject because I wanted to get more information about it before I opened my mouth. Didn't want to go off of internet, blah blah blah. Now, what I was able to find is some girl on social media who's a nobody claiming that she had an affair with D Wade and a couple of other players from the Miami Heat, uh, claiming that she has been having an affair with him, and that's the reason they're getting a divorce because he sleeps around with a lot of women and blah blah blah. So I did learn about that, like that was being stated. Now, what's even more interesting is the fact that most people don't really realize that Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union has been together for a very long time. Um, she's very expressive when it comes to her sexuality. She likes to talk sex, and nothing seems to be off limits to the Wades, as she has written two books going over their relationship. Why, I have no idea. And I guess this is how they sell their, relationship to the public. But this is about something bigger. It's about the brand. A lot of people blame Dwyane Wade for allowing this woman to, you know, turn his son, as they say, turn his son into a woman. You let Gabrielle Union come in and turn your son into a woman. I hear that a lot. Now, for years, she's had to come out and say, oh, well, he's not into that. Like, he's not into doing all this stuff and that they're saying he's doing. Now, like I said on the Patreon, you can learn the truth about D Wade. Okay? A lot of people don't know his past. They only know NBA player Dwyane Wade. But to find out a lot about him and the way he is and the way, you know, a lot of this stuff is, all you have to do is go back to their past. Now, moving forward, they both had these idiocracies of dominance. Wade don't like to be dominated. He would put up a fight, but would stop on a dime and say, that's enough. But she would always bite back. She would never let him dominate her. So you got two people fighting over being the alpha, and normally Gabrielle wins every time. Here's where it gets out of hand. She gets to do whatever she wants to do, and Wade gets to do whatever he wants to do. No restrictions. Now, She loves going to the strip club. And she's a bit of a freak, as many would know, right? And she's dated freaky men. She was engaged to Darren Sharper, a guy who was actually R-wording these women, getting them drunk, and is currently in jail right now serving time. Now, in just a short aspect of conversation, now she often spoke about eating out men's butts and all this stuff and doing freaky stuff to her own husband. Now, Dwayne Wade often got mad at her for sharing too much information to the public, saying that it gets blown out of proportion and they spin it and then it gets crazy. Now, Dwayne Wade's son, who they thought were going that way, a lot of people blame Gabrielle Union. But if you knew about Dwayne Wade, like I said, you wouldn't be blaming her for what's going on with the family. Now, Dwayne's activities um, have been known down in Miami. Um, there's a lot of parties that they have at their house that are private. They have a lot of people that are from Europe, Paris, London. It's a lot of people that come to the Wade House. Most of these people work for Vanity Fair, Bazaar. Some work. I think they did the red carpet event, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. To mention, Wade got chased out of Florida. A lot of y'all don't remember that either. But Dwayne Wade was chased out of Florida. They ran him out and put his house up for sale. He had to get up out of Florida because there was a big crackdown on transgenders in the state of Florida, and it wasn't a good thing for him. And by him going out advocating his son slash daughter as being a transgender and him with his celebrity status, this wasn't going to be ideal. He was putting himself as a target. So all his activities that he was doing had to cease. And he knew it was time to get up out of Florida. It hurt him, but it was no longer safe for him and his family and his lifestyle to live in Florida. So he sold it for 22 million and he moved to Cali, where that stuff is appreciated and celebrated. Now, back to the relationship. People fall out, and it ain't always about cheating. From what I found out, is that they're just giving each other space right now. They're not divorced. They just can do what they want to do. Gabby likes to go to strip clubs with chicks and do her thing, and he likes to, you know, have private parties and be dominated sometimes uh, in the bedroom. And then he has some times where he likes to be the masculine one. They play role play and all kind of stuff. But that's here nor there. But when you start seeing people change within a relationship, and I don't mean change clothes. I don't mean like he's wearing her makeup. It's like when you're learning out other people are being very disrespectful in the process. You know, it seems to have a life of its own. Now, the female that came forward said that she was in a menage a trois relationship with Dwyane Wade and Gabby. But Dwayne Wade starts seeing her without Gabby, which is considered cheating in any relationship known to man. That same situation happened to a friend of mine, which ended up ending his marriage. So he was married to a stripper, and same scenario. He had gotten in trouble once because he climaxed inside of the stripper, which I guess is a violation too. You're supposed to, if you're gonna finish, you know, you have to finish inside of your spouse, and that was a violation. So it's a lot of these rules that comes to these things, and that led to an argument. Next thing you know, he started seeing that girl behind her back. But what was also happening was she was seeing the girl too behind his back. So they both was cheating. Led to a big fight, and they eventually ended up divorcing, moving forward, and were better friends after the divorce. Sometimes that's what happens. People get divorced, they become better friends. Now, what else has happened? Well, a lot of people want to say, he got caught with a dude and she's sick of it. Look, she knows her husband. She knows everything about it. This is the first time he's been with someone that he could open up to about his other life or his other side. So, aside from that woman saying her side of the story and what's happening, hey, T, T, well, besides that, they're just giving each other space. They're not wearing each other's rings, but they're not separating. They have too many brands together right now. So until they're ready to make an announcement or if they're gonna go make it permanent, then they will. But the child comes first. But she's no longer playing mother to the other children, as she very arrogantly expressed motherhood, and now she's a mother now as if she never was before, even though she claimed his daughter slash son into being her child. And she went through a lot of abuse. Most women would have left. When dude D Wade was going through his divorce, a lot of people came after her, which basically hurt her film career. They were like, "You split up D Wade, and you split up his marriage. You can't have kids, so you're taking someone else's, another woman's kids." It was the Alicia Keys thing all over again. Let me tell you what black women don't like. Black women hate women that cheat with married men. They hate it more than anything in the world. They're not gonna buy your album, especially from the wavy light skin girl. Ooh, they hate that. So Gabrielle Union had a reputation of being out there, especially in the Hollywood game. So by her being down, being cool, it was completely what they needed. Now, as for everything else, I could pretty much care less about. Gabby knew all the details. She knew how to reach people. She knew the whole kit and caboodle. Now, what others have to remember, well, they don't have to remember, but it's good to remember that when you're doing something that's down that scale, it's good to remain focused, calm, and don't lose your head over none of this because it don't matter in the end. It's all entertainment to them. And then eventually people will move on. So they were together 9 years. And if they continue, great. If they don't, great. But all I gave you was the facts that I know, that they're taking a break.